So the Dallas Mavericks defeated the Utah Jazz 126-118. No Luka Doncic today. Jalen Brunson, first of all, definitely played very well without Luka Doncic. And in the 3 games he's played, he's carving out a role for himself. And in the future, I think the Dallas Mavericks do need to keep him because he is going to be a free agent in the offseason. And Jalen Brunson, I mean, the secondary ball handler alongside Luka Doncic, this game especially being the primary point guard, he's thriving, and moving forward, he should be an important piece. And looking at the supporting pieces, I mean, Finney Smith, Reggie Bullock, Dwight Powell, even Spencer Dinwiddie, and a lot of players off the bench played pretty well. So we're going to go over the game, talking about the box score, talking about the Utah Jazz, talking about the Mavericks, and overall where I see this series going. So what's up? My name's JDC. If you like the video, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And let's get into the video. So Jalen Brunson, we'll start out with him. 31 points, 5 assists, 1 rebound on 12 of 22 from the field and 0-4 from 3. Didn't have his 3-point shot today, but took majority of the shots today alongside Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie was 1 shot shy of tying Jalen Brunson for the team high in basically shots. So I don't know, Jalen Brunson today, he did a great job driving into the paint, being 6'1", 190 pounds. I think it's pretty amazing to see that his driving ability is something that he uses a lot as his size. I mean, looking at his overall game plan, I mean, he uses his body to push off the defender and then go for a fade, or just use some pretty crafty pump fakes. I don't know. I mean, his game is just so interesting to me because he's 6'1" and he's pretty crafty with it. Kind of reminds me of Fred VanVleet in a sense, but, you know, with not a 3-point shot. So Jalen Brunson, the Mavericks do need to retain him in free agency because I think he could be enticed to go somewhere else if he gets the bag. I mean, I don't know. The Mavericks, he carved out a role, and this year especially, he's been basically having a breakout year. So I think with the Mavericks, he could definitely stay. But if a team like the Pacers offer him a bag, I mean, if the Mavericks can't match that salary, I guess, then I don't know. Jalen Brunson could be definitely gone from this team if the Mavericks don't match his money. So I think they definitely do need to keep Jalen Brunson though. So next we got Spencer Dinwiddie with 20 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds with 3 steals on 6 of 21 from the field and 2 of 7 from 3. Very poor efficient night from Spencer Dinwiddie, but he played some very solid on-ball defense today, especially in the crunch time. I mean, looking at what he was defending, I mean, he was defending Mike Conley, and he did a great job defending him. A lot of times Mike Conley was getting locked up by Dinwiddie on the perimeter, missing a lot of threes that he would normally make. And Dinwiddie, he would just stay down, you know, not jump, because that's basically what you don't do in defense, is jump, staying his ground and keeping his feet moving. And he locked up a lot of the players on the perimeter today. It's just that his shot wasn't going in today. I mean, 6 of 21, he's going to have these nights. And this game especially, he was a secondary ball handler alongside Jalen Brunson, and I think it worked out pretty well today. So looking at the other guys, Dorian Finney-Smith, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals on 6 of 12 from the field and 2 of 7 from 3. Man, I think Dorian Finney-Smith, he's a huge part to this Mavericks defense. He is a great 3-and-D player, and in each and every year he's been with the Mavericks, he's definitely been improving. Over the season, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Only 28 years old, so he's a good 3-and-D player for this Mavericks team, and he definitely should be looked as a great role player and kind of like a mini Robert Covington in a sense, but a little bit worse, obviously. But looking at the next guy, Reggie Bullock with 12 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. 3-6 from the field, 3-6 from 3. We all know what Reggie Bullock can provide. I mean, he's a good 3-point shooter, and that's basically it. Taking 6 3-pointers today and only making 3. He's basically just being a Davs Bertans, but a little bit better in terms of playmaking and overall impact on the game. So good game from Reggie Bullock. And finally, Dwight Powell, 13 minutes, no points, 5 fouls, 4 rebounds. Man, I mean, Dwight Powell, he's been a good piece for this Mavericks roster too. A very underrated piece, but 5 fouls in 13 minutes isn't all that great. So hopefully Dwight Powell doesn't struggle with foul trouble. And looking off the bench, I mean, Maxi Kleber, he definitely could have slotted into the starting 5 today. I mean, he had a great game off the bench, 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists on 6 of 7 from the field and 4 of 5 from 3. Kleber and Dwight Powell, I think, are definitely similar in terms of what they're able to bring to the table. I mean, Maxi is 6'10", 240 pounds. So looking at Dwight Powell, he's around they're basically the same, 6'10", 240 pounds. So you can kind of change them, you know, move Dwight Powell to the bench, move Kleber to the starting lineup. It would have made more sense today because Kleber had his shot today going 4 or 5 from 3. And he was a huge factor for this Mavericks team on offense, especially from the 3. So looking at the other guys, Davis Bertans off the bench, man. I mean, 15 points, 2 rebounds on 4-7 from the field and 3. He was a basically shooter from deep. He had a lot of great 3-pointers in the corner. He was just there to get buckets and get the hell out of there, not really doing too much on the defensive end because he isn't really great on defense or even rebounding at that. So he's going in there kind of like Gerald Green back with the Rockets, kind of going in there, seeing if he's hot. And if he's hot from 3, keep him in. And if he's not, then just sub him out. And he did what he did today, getting 4 3-pointers today and just giving them buckets off the bench. So we got Josh Green. Great game overall first. 12 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals on 4 of 6 from the field and 3 of 5 from 3. Man, Josh Green, he's been improving. I mean, this is his second season, obviously, playing with the Dallas Mavericks, and he's been getting a lot more run being with Luka Doncic out. So a lot more run without Luka Doncic means that he's going to be putting up some more shots. And in today's game, especially, he had 3 out of 5 threes. So Josh Green, he could be a good defensive player for this team too off the bench, but definitely does have some potential moving forward. So great game from the Mavericks. I mean, they played a great game, good offensively, good defensively. Late in the fourth, I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie hit this amazing 3-pointer from deep, and it was like 1 minute left in the quarter to just send away the Jazz. I mean, they're up 2-1 right now. It's a great series. The Mavericks, they get Luka Doncic back next game, I want to say. So hopefully Luka Doncic affects the game like he always does. And looking at the Jazz side of things, I mean, there isn't really too much to talk about. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell, 32 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds on 10 of 21 from the field and 1 of 8 from 3. Yeah, his 3-point shot today was not all that great. As a collective, the Jazz shot 9 of 28 from the 3, which is 32%, compared to the Mavericks, 18 of 42. So, man, I mean, Donovan Mitchell, he was great today. A lot of great shifty moves in the post. I remember this one play he went through Maxi Kleber, Jalen Brunson, and I want to say Dinwiddie on the left wing. And he was just so crafty with it. And he's definitely the best player for this Jazz team. There were a lot of times where Quinn Snyder would run small ball 5. I think he would run Eric Pascal at the 5, I want to say, and then bench Rudy Gobert and Hassan Whiteside. And for the most part, it kind of did work because they did come back in the third quarter. But late in the fourth, they just couldn't get it done, man. I mean, this team, there's a lot of problems that they really do need to fix. I think some more shooters would definitely be a little bit better, and their bench depth would be a lot more better if they got more pieces. So Mike Conley, 21 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block on 6 of 14 from the field and 2 of 7 from 3. Mike Conley, like I said, was getting locked up by Dinwiddie, but still had a pretty decent game, 21 and 6. Rudy Gobert, 15 points, 7 rebounds. Bojan Bogdanovic with 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Royce O'Neal with 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist in 32 minutes. So Rudy Gobert and Royce O'Neal didn't do all too much today. I mean, Gobert was getting benched for most of the game because he couldn't really guard the perimeter. And that's really his biggest flaw in his game, is that he's unable to guard the perimeter, but he's one of the best interior defenders. So same thing with Royce O'Neal. I mean, if he isn't scoring on the starting 5, then I think he's pretty much useless. I think Pascal would definitely have a better game than Royce O'Neal starting at the 3. So look at the bench. There's no one too noteworthy to talk about. 14 points for Clarkson, 3 rebounds and 2 assists, 5 and 9 from the field and 1 3 from 3. Everyone else, I mean, Daniel House had a pretty great game too. 2 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, but in 19 minutes, so nothing too crazy right there. That's the problem with this Jazz team, like I said. There's no scoring output on the bench. I mean, they benched Rudy Gay and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I think I would have liked Rudy Gay to play over Juancho Hernan-Gomez, who's only played 6 minutes and didn't have any styling except for 1 assist. So subbing Rudy Gay, I mean, you get at least 5 to 10 points off the bench, which doesn't help the Jazz all too much off the bench, but you would like some more scoring from other guys. I mean, Juancho Hernan-Gomez had 0 points. Hassan Whiteside only had 2. House only had 2. Pascal only 6. So there's a lot of problems that the Jazz need to fix in the offseason. Their bench is probably their biggest weakness. So great game from the Mavericks. Hopefully they can win the next game. They have the momentum. Obviously, Luka coming back for the next few games. He's going to be pretty healthy. So hopefully the Mavericks can at least crunch out the next few wins. Hopefully they can win the series and go Mavericks. That's the video. I'm GDC. Peace.